All right, Erin, so November, it's National Diabetes Month, and just in time for the holidays, we've got some recipe help. I chatted with registered dietitian and cookbook author Maya Feller to get some of her secrets. How do we make comfort foods that love us back?
The American Diabetes Association has named nuts as a diabetes superfood, and that's why I created these recipes with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios are a good source of plant-based protein. In fact, they have about 6 grams of protein per serving. And 90% of the fats found in Wonderful Pistachios are the mono and polyunsaturated fatty acids. That's the good-for-you, heart-healthy type. Okay, so now I want to dive into this gorgeous spread and tell you how I created it. So let's start at the top of the day. I made a fonio breakfast porridge. And what I did was I topped it with lightly roasted and salted Wonderful Pistachios for a little bit of a crunch. Then I made this incredible pistachio pesto. I combined spinach and pistachios to make a gorgeous pesto. Oh, so delicious. And then I put it on top of whole wheat linguine with a little bit of shrimp as well as jalapeno. The flavors are incredible. Pistachios are a good source of fiber, and the combination of fiber and the plant-based protein help to keep you fuller longer. Now, in my opinion, there's nothing better than having a huge bowl of leafy greens, except for when you top them with Wonderful Pistachios. I top them with the lightly roasted and salted, and it's a little bit crunchy and just so delicious. Here we've got this beautiful pomegranate dressing that just elevates the salad and really makes it pop.
Seems like you got a couple other packs. What do we have there?
Okay, so this last one is my absolute favorite. And what I did was I made a pistachio buttercup, and I used chili roasted Wonderful Pistachios. You're not gonna believe this, I made the pistachio butter myself. I put it into the blender, the entire pack, directly into the blender, 8 to 10 minutes, and it was just like smooth and creamy. So when I say that pistachios are delicate and wonderful, I blended them in 8 to 10 minutes and just made my own pistachio butter. I combined it with this chocolate, melted chocolate, and made this buttercup. Unbelievable. Now, my kids said that it was a little too spicy, and so I said, okay, next time I make it, maybe I'll use the honey roasted version. And I would say that that probably holds true for someone who doesn't want a spicy buttercup. If you want to get fancy, and if you're up for an adventure, you can combine the chili roasted and the honey roasted with the melted chocolate to make your pistachio buttercup.
What's the difference between regular butter and pistachio butter and how it tastes and maybe the texture?
So pistachios, because they are a soft nut and they cream quite easily, when you taste it, in my opinion, depending on if it's flavored, it'll take a little bit of the flavor, you'll have that, but underneath it's a very mild taste, right? When I use pistachios and I think about them in comparison to other butters, I think it's a smoother flavor that has, I'd say, like a little bit of a background if you're thinking about it. And in terms of texture, that's really dependent on how you blend it yourself. So I put it in for 8 to 10 minutes to make it creamy, but if you did 5 to 7, you'd have a little bit of a crunchy or a chunky version. You didn't ask me this, but I also am a huge fan of pistachio oil, and I could imagine, you know what I mean, combining all of that together and just, I mean, it would be incredible.
And suddenly we're all hungry for pistachios. You know, Maya said that you can also freeze those pesto cubes to make them last longer. To learn more, just go to wonderfulpistachios.com or get recipes at mayafellernutrition.com.